Okay, so we're still right here at the beginning of the sparge. I'm getting close to having my first 60 gallons in, which is just 1/5 of the amount of water that's going to be going, that's going to be used for the sparge. Again, I'm just dosing it with this diluted acid as I go, so I can make sure that my sparge water is the appropriate pH. I think it's kind of especially important when we are talking about using roast malt for balance in a beer like this. When you have roast malt in there, things can already try to get a little bit astringent. So controlling pH in this mash step, I think, is pretty important. So I'm just going to stay up on top of this. Josh already has the fermenter sanitized. We have the yeast out coming up to temp a little bit. We don't want that super cold when it goes into the fermenter. And yeah, I'm just going to keep tracking this mash. I think I might switch over to time-elapse for you. Time-elapse, time-elapse. Okay, so we're in the middle of the sparge. We're running off to the kettle. We've got about 6 barrels in the kettle. I've got a little time to run my pH here. Got my pH meter right here. I'm going to pretend like this is going smoothly even though it's not. There you go. All right, so I have my cooled wort sample right here. And again, this is the first wort off the kettle. I'm a sucker for cornrows, man, I come Jose. Boom, plugged in. All right, so we're gonna get our pH reading here shortly. Yeah, this is a beer that I make quite a bit. Should come out to about 5.3, 5.35, right around in there. We'll let that sit for a few, and we will come back and test it. All right, we are settling out for our pH number to right around 5.35, 5.36, kind of like we figured, like we've done it before. So anyways, we have that. Everything's looking good there. We're running off to the kettle, and everything looks pretty snazzy right now. Sweet, awesome. Yeah, just right underneath it. Rad, I appreciate it, man. It'll make pouring on that so much easier. All right, so we are done sparging on Airborne Amber Lager, and we are knocking the last portion of the wort into the kettle. I'll show you how amber golden it is right now on the sight glass. It's lightened up considerably from before. That's because that's that lighter portion of the wort, that more dilute portion of the wort that's going through. We're done sparging. We're up to about 13.5 barrels right now on the kettle. We're taking that up to 18. And in the meantime, we're just going around kind of cleaning, picking up. We'll be graining out soon, getting the grain out of the mash tun. And yeah, that's kind of the update there. We have the steam on the kettle. We're up to 187 degrees. And that's kind of the deal. So we'll keep you in the loop. Just some bad quality audio B-roll. So we're looking at the mash bed right now. Clearly it looks pretty dry. We have a lot of the grain out of it. Let me see if I can create a lighted situation here. We have most of the grain most of the wort out of the mash tun at this point. We're just running the last portion of wort over to the kettle. Right now we're getting close on the kettle to full. And then at that point, once we have kettle full, we're gonna grain out the mash tun. Of course, I'll get you footage of that. And yeah, I just want to give you every bit and piece of this brew day. Josh is moving the grain bin into place here, and we will grain this boy out. So yeah, man, we're getting real close to kettle full. We're at 17 barrels right now. We're going up to 18. Okay. We are dumping the wort off of the kettle. I'm sorry, dumping the wort off of the mash tun. We have kettle full. We're at 204 degrees. We're graining out the mash tun here shortly. And yeah, we're coming up to a boil, all that good stuff. So yeah, Josh's gonna start emptying. Check it out. All right, I'm also going to take a sample of the last runnings. This is gonna let us know the pH and sugar that is coming out of this grain here. Great, we're at about 4, which is fine. I'll see if I can. I don't think you can see a darn thing. I tried. I'm also pulling a pH sample, running a pH sample on my runoff wort here. At this point, you can really see that this last wort off the kettle, like we said, was going to be lighter in color. You can see right here. I want to really see that be really close to 5.5. That's what I've been doing with it. So we'll track that. Josh is graining out. Lots of cool stuff. I'm gonna go right up there in just a second and pull a gravity sample, Josh, and then I'll start helping you out with what you have going on there. Right behind you. I like to take the sample right off the rolling edge of the kettle so I can make sure that it is nice and turned over. Homogeneous, I believe, is the term right behind. I'm going to get this sample back in an ice bath, cool that down for my pH test, and I'm also going to give a quick rinse here to my hydrometer so I can see how much sugar I have in the kettle. All right, let's see what this reads. Great, dude, we're spot on. We're in a really good space, yeah. Awesome, that's cooling. I'm gonna get on this rake for you and we'll start tearing it up. I'm gonna move that rake forward a little bit so I'm not dropping that just in that big cavern there. Actually, I'm just gonna turn it a little bit, let that break down some before I drop the rake. Our rake typically works pretty well. I'm recording right now, Josh, just so you know. Our rake typically works pretty well. I'll get you some footage here in just a second at helping to at dropping the plow on it and getting it to behave and really kind of grain out for you, which is really the preferred situation. Okay, we've got the kettle starting to roll over here. We're up to 210.5 degrees. Then we have our rake going over here, turning and helping to grain out the mash tun. There's Josh pulling grain out. How's that working, Josh? Yeah, boy. Now we're just getting some beautiful sweeping footage of our historic building here. You didn't realize that this was going to be the kind of footage you were going to get. Just high level. I like to under promise and then just over deliver. I mean, does it get like better than this? It just has to be a dream for you, you know? All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. If you feel as if you got any value out of the video, please like and subscribe. There are also other videos that you can watch. They're gonna maybe be over here or over here. Appreciate you watching.